If you were to go back to when you were in either high school or college, what is the best piece of advice you would give to your younger self?
Focus on your strengths. Understand your weaknesses, but focus on your strengths.
And what's the importance of knowing your strengths?
Well, it increases the success of your success factor. You have tailwinds as opposed to headwinds.
And what industry did you decide to pursue a career in?
Finance.
And so from what you've seen in the business world, whether it's through investing or just working in that industry, whether it's a certain skill set that people should obtain in the real world, how can someone become wealthy in 2022?
Understanding trends is a big thing, and understanding what could be versus what is. So it's not necessarily following, but understanding where things could be based on innovation.
Absolutely. And for someone who's looking to start investing, what's the best thing to have as far as an investor's mindset goes? How do you know when it's a good time to invest in something?
That's another thing. It's understand the industry, understand what makes certain things successful, and stay away from what you don't understand. I think is a big factor.
Absolutely. And I just have two last questions.
Sure.
This one's kind of a fun one. We've been asking people this one, but if you had to start from zero and you had 1 year to make $1 million and your life depended on it, what would you do with all the knowledge that you have now?
Sure, certainly. If I had 1 year, so it would basically go to a location where there is proven demand and then figure out what's missing and then satisfy that demand. Don't fight too many headwinds by going somewhere where you're basically one of many doing the same thing. Go somewhere unique and different where there is a lack of supply, but you can fulfill that demand and you can move quickly in a market like that.
And I absolutely love that answer, but just do you have kind of an example of somewhere that you would go with a product or a service that you think where it would need to be fulfilled?
Product or a service?
Because it was a great answer. So is there a place that comes to mind where you would they need this?
Sure, certainly. Well, that is a tough question, but you'd have to understand. I think there are markets that are developing quickly and markets where there's a big influx of people. And a lot of these people come from bigger markets where they're used to having certain goods and services, and those might not be there in some markets. A good one would be Nashville. So if you were to live in Nashville and basically have an understanding of some really popular goods and services that are in some of the bigger markets, and just understand that what's not here in the new market that you've moved to, and then go from there.
That's a great answer. And my last question would be, what is your best piece of advice to someone who's starting out in the real world today?
So the best piece of advice is run the numbers. Check the numbers. Ask yourself how you know they are right, and ask yourself what can go wrong. And have good answers to those questions. Understand the numbers. How do I know they're right? And what can go wrong? And if something goes wrong, what can I do about it?
Absolutely. And what do you mean by the numbers?
Financial numbers, forecasts, projections.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.